सान्द्रानन्दावबोधात्मकमनुपमितं कालदेशावदिभ्या निर्मुक्तं नित्यमुक्तं निगमशतसहस्रेण निर्भास्यमानम् अस्पष्टं दृष्टमात्रे पुनः उरुपुरुषार्थात्मकं ब्रह्मतत्त्वं तत्तावत् भाति साक्षात् गुरुपवनपुरे हन्त भाग्यं जनानाम् अग्रे पश्यामि तेजो निबिडतरकला यावली लोभनीयं पीयूषाप्लावितोऽहं तदुतरे दिव्यकैशोरवेशं तारुण्यारम्भरम्यं परमसुखरसास्वाद रोमाञ्चिताङ्गैः आवीतं नारदाद्यैः विलसदुपनिषत् सुन्दरी मण्डलैश्च
Gurupavanapure Handabhagyam Janana. Namaskaram, Astikas. We did get to see that in the lineage of Pandu's son Arjuna, Arjuna's son Abhimanyu, Abhimanyu's son Parikshit, Parikshit's son Janamejaya. So Janamejaya, upon learning that his father Parikshit died from the bite of a snake, a very ferocious snake called as Takshaka, performed a yagam called Sarpasatram, where snakes around the world will come and fall into the blazing fire. When this was arranged, Takshaka, who had caused the death of his father, alone did not fall into the fire. This kept Janamejaya wondering who through his Purohitas understood that Takshaka had sought asylum in Indra. Indra, being the very magnanimous one, offered asylum to Takshaka. That is when there was a change, a modification in the mantra, which was till then telling that Takshaka should fall into the fire. A modification was made. Indra along with Takshaka should fall into the fire. That very moment when Indra realized that he is going to die, he said, Takshaka, go away, go away, go away. He didn't give any more asylum. While Takshaka was falling, a rishi called Astika Maharishi said, stop. Janamejaya asked, why? Hey Janamejaya, understand, agreed that your father was killed by a snake. It will cause a lot of pain in you. There's so much of agony in you. I would never say that this is a moment that should be forgotten, because the son will always know what importance a father has. You haven't seen your father. I agree. But just because one snake called Takshaka has caused death to your father, you shouldn't end up killing the other snakes which could be less poisonous or not poisonous in nature and causing no harm to you directly or indirectly. How can you let them die? And you have killed already so many snakes, which is against Mother Nature. You shouldn't be doing, because you're an administrator. An administrator is not meant only for human beings. You should take good care of the reptiles and the animals also in your kingdom. And you yourself have done a yagam where reptiles are being killed. This is not done. Do not perform this yagam anymore. The moment Astika told this, Janamejaya did realize the grave mistake he had committed and stopped performing the yagam. But after a few days since the yagam, Janamejaya developed a rare skin disorder. We don't have any specifics about what the skin disorder was, because I'm sure many of you will be medically trained and practitioners and extremely good. It could be dermatologists watching as well. If you ask me whether it is dermatitis, psoriasis, eczema, what is it? We don't have any exact details, but there is a hint. A snake is generally known for its molting process where it sheds its skin every now and then. So a snake develops its skin and it sheds that skin. So the skin is peeled off automatically and it develops a new skin. So when he has killed snakes, that should have been attached to him, thereby his skin would have also got peeled. So with such peeling skin, which is very painful, the king must have sought a refuge in his Purohita. When Janamejaya asked, that is when the Purohita said, do not worry, there is a kshetram very further south by the western sea known as Guruvayur. That kshetram specifically is known to cure ailments. And there is Sakshat Krishna himself, that Divyamangala Vigraham which has been worshipped by Krishna and also seen by your ancestors like the Pandavas. Go to that kshetram. So all the way from Indraprastha, Hastinapura region around Haryana, Delhi and western Uttar Pradesh, Janamejaya crosses Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka and reaches Kerala, and by very close to Thrissur he reaches Guruvayur Kshetram and propitiates Krishna. He does Kainkarya, service, selfless service for many days, weeks and months together to Krishna in this temple. And it is said that Janamejaya was completely cured of his skin problems. So this Kshetram of Krishna, known to bestow anything and everything right till moksham, is specifically known for good health. So you have to keep this good health in mind, Brihaspati in mind because he is Guru, and Vayu, the carrier, in mind. So Guru, Vayu, and at the same time you have to keep this Kshetram in mind. Now let us come back to 400 to 450 years back. In this very state of Kerala lived a great poet come bhakta called Nārāyaṇa Bhaṭṭatiri, or fully known as Melpattur Nārāyaṇa Bhaṭṭatiri. From the commentaries like Balabodhini and Bhaktaranjani to his famed work called as Narayaneeyam, we understand that Nārāyaṇa Bhaṭṭatiri was born around 1560 CE, Common Era or AD. So roughly about 450 years back, he was born in the state of Kerala. Where comes the question? Two shlokas are extremely important for us from Bhattatiri's work itself. That work deals with the Vyakaranam, the grammar of Panini. It is called Prakriya Sarvasvam. In that grantham called Prakriya Sarvasvam, there are two shlokas which the poet attributes to his birth, lineage and tutelage. Bhukhande Keralakye Sarita Nihanila Muttare Naivanava Kshetraga Vyuti Matre Punaruparinavad Gramanamni Swadhamni Dharmishtad Bhattatantradyakhila Matapator Martradatta Dvijendrat Jato Nārāyaṇākṣyo Niravahadatulam Devanārāyaṇāඥām Mīmāṅsādisvata Nigamamasvilam Madhavacharyavaryat Tarke Damodarakhya Padapadabhim Achyutakhyat Budendrat Tesham Karunya Yogat Kimapi cha Kavitam Apnuvam Kamametat Bhuyat Krishnarpanam Me Bhavatu cha Satatam Dhirathare Kathayam. A beautiful exposition of the two shlokas tells us that Bhattatiri was born in the northern banks of a river called Aratapura. In the Malayalam language, the word that is generally used for a nadi, a river, is called Pura. In locally, there is a way of saying Purai. So this Purai means a river, and there will be a name appended to it. One such river is Bharatapurai. This Desh is Bharata, right? Every person since time immemorial has known this Desham, the larger subcontinent, as Bharata, for a variety of reasons. Could be the greatness of Dushyanta and Shakuntala's son called Bharata. Could be because of the greatness attached to a great yogi called Jada Bharata. Could be because of the greatness attached to Bharata Muni. Could be greatness attached to Bharata, who comes as the younger brother of Rama in Ramayana. Either Rama's younger brother Bharata, Bharata Muni of Natya Shastra, Bharata of Jada Bharata, name, fame, as well as Bharata, the son of Dushyanta, all four whom were great. This desh is called as Bharatam. So Bharatapuzhai, the name of the river Bharatapuzhai, on its northern banks was a small village called Menpattur. In this village called Menpattur, Bhukhande, Kerala ke Sarita Niha Nilam Uttare Naiva Nava. In this small village called Menpattur was a great Dvijottama called as Matradatta. Sources say that Narayana was born as the second son to Matradatta. He was called Nārāyaṇa Nambūtiri, later known as Nārāyaṇa Bhaṭṭatiri. He had a very rich education. Dharmishtad Bhattatantrad Yakhila Matapatod Matradatta Dvijendrad Jato Nārāyaṇākyo. He learnt various shastras under his learned father. Mimamsadi Swatata Nigamamasvilam Madhavacharya Varyat. He learnt Mimamsa, teacher called Madhava. Tarkam Damodararyaadapi, Tarka Shastram under Damodara. Padapadanim Achyutakhyar Budendrat. So, getting into the exposition of grammar and other aspects of sutras, he learnt under an Acharya called Achyuta. Remember this name Achyuta. Desham Karunya Yogat Kimapicha Kavitam Apnuvam Karmametad Bhuyat Krishnatpanam me Bhavatucha Satatam Dhiradhare Kathayam. So he learnt Mimamsa Shastram, the Vedas, the Vedangas. He learnt Tarka Shastram. He learnt Vyakaranam. He learnt Vedanta. He learnt Itihasa. He learnt the Puranas. He was adept in all branches of knowledge as revered and mentioned in Sanatana Dharma under various gurus, one of them being Achyut. So Bhattatiri lived a very nice life. But at the same time, for the amount of knowledge that he had bequeathed, the acharyas around him expected some better behavior, more dedication to Shastra, which Bhattatiri was supposedly not giving. Bhattatiri was married in the very family where his acharya belonged to, called Achyuta Pisharoti. So after marriage, he was completely engaged in Shringara Anubhavam with his wife, so much so that he did not concentrate on disseminating this knowledge that he had gathered from the Shastras. That is when a certain incident is said to have occurred. What is this incident? This incident involves a poet of high caliber, great philosophical knowledge called Poondanam. Poondanam was a great poet who was a contemporary of Bhaṭṭatiri, Nārāyaṇa Bhaṭṭatiri, who lived in Kerala around the same period. He had lost his child, and as a result of it, he developed a lot of enlightenment. Sir, we are not able to connect. He lost his child, so he was enlightened. How does this connect? Poondanam and his wife, after many, many years of wait, had a child with the grace of Krishna. It is said when this child was around the age of 1, when the Abdhapurti was supposed to happen, it is around that time that this newly born child died. There are various reasons attributed to the child's birth, but the fact remains that the child died. The wife, the mother, was extremely upset, so was the father. That is when great jnanis came and said, see, you had a child, you lost a child. There is one child in this very city of Guruvayur who lacks a father because Bhagavan has no father. He's causeless cause. He wants a father. You want a child. Adopt Krishna as your child. That one statement, adopt Krishna as your child, was more than enough for Bhattatiri Poondanam to get awakened. And he went to the kshetram of Krishna and Guruvayur and said, from now on, you are my child. And understanding Krishna, he sang various compositions. What did he sing? Next episode.
कल्याणरूपाय कलौ जनानां कल्याणदात्रे करुणासुधाब्दे कंवादिदिव्यायुधसत्कराय वातालयाधीश नमो नमस्ते। नारायण 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 नारायण